começando aqui mais uma etapa aqui do evento do museu. De volta ao museu para falar com a Pela. Pela, o que você tem aí para nós sobre a próxima coisa que a gente encontrou?
Good to see you again. I've heard from Miss Eris that under your superb management, the museum is on the verge of regaining the thriving crowds of its heyday. If the momentum continues, and if the History Culture Hall can reopen on schedule, the museum's complete revival is surely just around the corner.
Tá bom, o que falta aí pra gente abrir isso daí?
So, you guessed it already. I'm afraid there's been another theft. Like the previous cases, a valuable item was stolen from our exhibit. This time in the History Culture Hall. The item in question has a connection to you.
Nem roubaram minha lata de lixo, não. Foi uma fala de mim? Pode tirar uma ou não?
As you just pointed out, that kind of thing is easily replaced. It'll be easier to explain once we're actually in the History Culture Hall. Why don't I take you there now?
Ladrão que não foi porque esse ladrão tá lá com a gente.
Belobogians will know your story. You can probably guess from the name that the History Culture Hall houses artifacts, replicas, and documents that are of great historical significance to Belobog. Every passing day, we Belobogians must continue to endure the city's harsh environment. The trials and experiences of our ancestors serve as a reminder that the path of survival belongs to every generation of our people. Every child in Belobog should visit this exhibit at least once. No, once isn't nearly enough.
Tá, terminou. Alizarende, a primeira. Eu acho que é que eu... Era esse daqui. Eu é da outra. Svetlana Reis. Então é a próxima. Essa daqui que é a Cecília. Alexandra Reis? Não. Isso não foi a segunda? Não, a Nina Reis é a quinta. Aí complica quando o bagulho tá na ordem. É aqui, ó, Cecília. Aqui. Cirilo. A oitava. Ainda tem como falar com o Udo, se precisa vir. Tá faltando a foto da outra lá.
This is the item in question. This projector is a limited edition version, custom made for the museum. The only one of its kind in the whole of Belobog. It can produce images with a resolution up to...
Vai tocar?
Sorry.
Tá com fome, quero saber a resolução, filho.
I'm sure someone as well traveled as yourself has seen much fancier equipment than this.
Por aí, mas... Tão quebrado, não roubado, né? Servo.
Oh, that's not the issue.
Ok. Então foi o quê?
The issue isn't the projector, but the microfilm that goes into it. It's the most crucial piece of this exhibit, and it was stolen. There were some very valuable images on that film, and we hadn't gotten around to making a backup. I must admit, the thieves chose a good target, and they were fast and efficient.
Mas o filme deu sentando ali a porrada na pouco olhar. Se foi, nós temos que ir com gosto, mano. Vai ter que pegar de volta.
If we don't recover the microfilm, the hall's opening will have to be postponed indefinitely. Some of the images stored on that film are related to you, Miss March 7th, and Master Don Hong. The curators of the museum wanted to take this opportunity to tell the story of the Astral Express's visit to Belobog.
Oh. Então, tipo, vocês gravar gente em segredo?
That's bizarre.
Whoa.
Is that your phone?
É. Ô, Brônia. A gente tá de boa, Carradinha. Carradinha. A gente faz isso aqui só porque a gente sabe que a Bruna não tá. Tá, eu vou com a Pela. E aí chega aí em dois pulos.
Was that a message from Lady Bronya?
Yeah.
This theft case has been dragging
Agora que a gente lá na sala dela, peladinho, coberto de chocolate.
If she can delegate more resources to the investigation.
Tá, o final eu adicionei de pronto. Pesquisa aí.
Point in waiting around here then. Let's go pay Lady
Não deixa a Sila saber. Tristeza. Daqui a pouco eu tô contigo aí, Ed. Tem que falar com a... A gente vai com a mini Brônia falar com a Brônia grande. Tá bom que vai dar pra ver qual a diferença de altura da Silverwolf pra Brônia. Tá, eu podia só começar um boss assim daqueles e o suporte da Brônia, mas deixa.
Welcome. If I'm not mistaken, the two of you just rushed over here from the History and Culture Museum? I appreciate your coming here on such short notice. I should have gotten involved earlier, but I was tied up with other responsibilities. My apologies for letting you take on the investigation without proper support.
Lady Bronya, we never saw it like that.
There's no one else here, Pela. No need for such formality.
Okay, Miss Bronya.
I heard that you helped recover a number of valuable items for the museum.
Ainda falta
Running the museum as a part-time manager? Do you have any insights into this serial theft case?
Aí tá indo devagar aqui, cada hora chegando na... Foi uns mufcrinos.
In any case, this fiasco has been going on right under our noses for too long. Regardless of how cunning and talented the culprit may be, we must draw them out and demonstrate the resolve of the architects. I will issue an immediate directive to mobilize all on-duty Silverman guards in the city to conduct a door-to-door investigation. You're familiar with many of the locals in the administrative district, right? If possible, I'd like you to head to the city center and see if they have any clues to offer us.
Understood. We'll head there at once.
Já é nele.
With me again for this
Tô indo lá.
assignment. Let's meet up at Fountain Plaza. Fala aí, Pela, o que foi? This place is an endless endless stream of people. Where do we start?
Vamos começar com o que a gente já conhece.
I remember lots of folks like to relax around the plaza.
Jesus. Uma porrada aqui. Teclado chipolho. Ô, Dominique. Pra bater um papinho aqui rápido.
Children of the Everwinter City, proud citizens of the preservation, hold your heads up high. Grind not against the mundane vulgarities of your
Jesus, você fala, homem.
Always remember, deep in
Eu vou tacar ele na cadeia logo, se é culpado. Sei lá.
And the supreme guardian.
Sei lá, não entendi porra que ele falou, mas tá tudo. Yo! Sabe alguma coisa do que roubaram do museu?
The savior of Belobog, the guardian's honored guest, child of the galaxy and stars. Welcome back to our eternally snow-covered yet forever beautiful winter metropolis.
Can you please answer the question we just asked?
I haven't heard of any stolen artifacts. These days, I'm too busy praising the grace of the preservation to be distracted by worldly matters. However, if your hearts are troubled by this affair, then I hope that Klepoth will bestow their blessings upon you both, and that you may soon find the evildoer who committed such a crime.
Thanks for your well wishes.
Isso não ajudou nada também, mas tá tranquilo. Valeu aí. Próximo. Ah, ele ali, ó. Ele ali eu conheço. Ele é idiota. Fala aí, Chaves.
I remember you. Do you have any questions after reading the scam prevention guide? Perhaps you've decided to join the Dark Blue Scam Victims Association.
Não, é só sobre as paradas do museu.
Precious items from the History and Culture Museum have been stolen one after another, and the culprit remains at large, despite the Silvermane Guard's noblest efforts to track them down. I'll tell you the truth. I've been preparing to publicly accuse the person responsible for this whole thing for 2 days now.
Huh? Oh, wait. So you have incriminating evidence against the culprit?
Evidence? Who needs evidence? Let me tell you, there is only one person in all of Belobog who could do such a thing. That shameless blue-haired fraudster.
Okay.
Oh.
You guys are here to investigate the case? Perfect. I'll give you a list of the culprit's scams, too.
Sorry,
Cara,
sir.
não, a gente tem outras coisas pra resolver aqui. Depois a gente vê isso daí.
And we can't close the case
Sabe?
without evidence. If you come across any reliable clues, please report them to an on-duty
Isso daí que ela
surveillance.
falou. Isso daí que ela falou.
Let's get going.
Esse cara aí não é normal, não. Falou, Chaves. Pela continua aí nessa inspiração sua aí que tá tranquila. Nica? Nica, chega aí.
Ready to sign the petition? Have any other questions?
Não quero me juntar ao culto do Axis, não. Quer saber? Sabe alguma coisa sobre os artefatos roubados?
You mean the items that have been disappearing mysteriously from the History and Culture Museum? I heard tell. I wonder if they got their hands on the original manuscripts of Tale of the Winterlands.
Absolutely not. Don't worry, ma'am. I will protect those manuscripts with my life.
Oh, wow! That's a relief to hear. I didn't realize you were so passionate.
Sorry about that. Back to the topic at hand. Do you have any clues that could be linked to the theft of the museum's artifacts? Have you noticed anything unusual lately?
Well, let me think. The editorial department has been recruiting recently. The new editor-intern was scolded by the editor-in-chief a few times. And then... sorry. These are all everyday occurrences.
Yeah.
I really don't know of any clues. Maybe you could try asking the other people around here.
I see. Sorry for taking up your time. Let's move along then.
Vamos ver as outras pessoas aqui. Tá difícil.
Day gone, and nothing to show for it. Ugh. Culprit is still hiding in the shadows. Can't we find even one lead?
If it isn't Belobog's most adorable public servant and the magnificent outsider. Good day to you.
Eu acho que acabamos de descobrir quem fez isso.
Young lady, I have seen you on many occasions near the Everwinter Monument teaching children the history of Belobog. I am truly an awe.
Só não vai querer ser sua amiga, não sei.
Okay, thanks for the compliment, I guess. May I ask, with whom do we have the pleasure of speaking?
I am Wallace Cambridge Limestein, the 25th head of the Limestein family. I am honored to make your acquaintance.
Dá atenção não, tio.
And yes,
Dá
I am
atenção
familiar
não.
with this outsider next to you. She often walks right past me without so much as a greeting.
Eu nem sei quem é você, infeliz.
I am Wallace Cambridge Limestein, the 25th head of the Limestein.
All right, we got it. Mr. Limestein, is there something you want to discuss with us?
As a matter of fact, I do. I noticed you two had been wandering around Executive Plaza for some time now, stopping to ask questions at every turn, so I surmised you were investigating something important. As it so happens, I witnessed a strange incident recently that left me quite puzzled. And after reflecting on it for a time, I decided it would be most appropriate to inform public officials.
This incident, is it related to the museum thefts?
I can't say for sure that it's directly related, but a friend of mine I no longer hear from used to frequent the museum and often talked about its exhibits with a group of us tea lovers.
So by no longer hear from, you mean you've been unable to get in touch with this friend of yours?
Precisely. His name is Norbert. We used to chat during lunch breaks in the lobby of the Goethe Hotel, along with a few other high-class individuals, of course. And one day, Norbert suddenly stopped showing up to our tea parties. It was as though he disappeared into thin air. I still remember the last thing he said to me. Limestein, listen to me. One must be ambitious in life. I'm gonna do something big for once.
Be ambitious in life? Do something big for once? Coming from the mouth of a wealthy gentleman, that sounded rather curious to me.
Yeah.
This Norbert guy, do you know what his line of work was?
I'm not entirely sure. I never asked.
Thomas is not amigo.
Understand, friendship between gentlemen is as pure as water. We are all dignified people. Why bother with such trivial matters?
In the eyes of most people, there's a world of difference between trivial matters and a career. I have recorded all the clues you provided, Mr. Limestein. Thank you for putting your trust in the Silvermane Guards. We will keep you informed if there are any developments in the investigation.
Eu nem sei quem é
I
você.
should be thanking you, young lady of the Guards. Well then, if that's all, I shall take my leave.
I wonder if this friend of Mr. Wallace has anything to do with the museum thefts. That's enough detective work for today. Questioning more people would just be a waste of energy. Let's report back to Lady Bronya.
Vai. Bronya. Oi, Brony. Oi.
Miss Bronya, we're back.
A gente chegou aí.
Thank you both for your hard work. Did you find out anything in the administrative district?
No.
We didn't find anything directly related to the museum thefts, but there was one thing worth noting.
Tem esse amigo do Wallace que desapareceu.
See, it was the man from the Limestein family who provided the information.
Yes.
Norbert. I feel like I've heard that name somewhere before. Please give me a moment to see if I can recall. I remember now. The Minister of Transportation, Noel, has a nephew named Norbert. I believe he's currently working in the municipal department as a transportation coordinator.
Você vai lembrar tudo
The
isso?
city should be familiar with the status and division of labor of her subordinates. That's just part of the job. Norbert's position is indeed an idle one, so it's no wonder he has time to socialize with members of the Limestein family. If what Wallace said is right, then Norbert must have been missing for several days already. There must be someone who knows where he is. Even if they want to keep the young man secret, they'll cough it up with the right kind of encouragement. Kyle, can I ask you a favor? I would like you to visit the residence of Mr. Noel and ask around regarding the whereabouts of Mr. Norbert.
Understood, Madam Guardian. Lady Bronya, Miss Pela, I have returned.
You were quite expedient, Kyle. Did you find anything out from the Department of Transportation?
It took a little prodding, but a few of the more timid attendants started speaking up. They say that Mr. Norbert was indeed leaving at odd hours recently. Whenever someone would ask where he was headed, he'd mumble something about going to the shopping street to inspect the site. The attendants think he might have a love interest, someone he doesn't want his family to know about. They haven't mentioned anything to the Minister of Transportation.
Going out at unusual hours, the shopping street, could it be? I have a request.
Yeah.
I'd like the two of you to scout out Backwater Pass and see whether anything is happening there.
Tá, não vai ser alguma
If you
coisa
were busy
aqui.
questioning people in the city, I received some tip-offs. One source said that suspicious people were recently seen sneaking around the Fragmentum corrosion zone, and that the Silvermane guards didn't prevent them from entering. Together with Norbert's mumblings about a shopping street, I think all these clues are pointing in one direction.
So this Mr. Norbert could well be the museum thief we're looking for? We can't hold off a moment longer. Hurry! Let's go arrest that scoundrel!
My apologies, I have a lot of business to attend to at present. I won't be joining you. Good luck recovering the stolen items.
Vamos lá, Pela.
We can't delay a moment longer. We need to move now.
Vamos lá. Eu vou ter que sentar porrada no... Isso é muito estranho que eu tenho que sentar porrada nos guardas.
Something doesn't feel right. It's obviously an abandoned shopping street, but it also feels like people were here not too long ago. We must be cautious. Whether the culprit is Norbert or someone else, he certainly has no shortage of helpers. Shh! There are people talking inside. Let's see if we can hear them.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun.
Wait, stay still. I think I heard someone talking behind the metal gate. Let's see if we can hear what they're saying.
Dun,
But sir, pretending to be a Silvermane guard is a serious crime.
Stop acting like a wimp. You think you can make a fortune with that kind of attitude? Don't overthink things. Just play your part. Today's password is roast the sausage, not the bread. You got that?
Got it, sir. Roast the sausage, not the bread.
Don't let anything in that doesn't know the password.
Roast the sausage, not the bread.
Don't worry, Mr. Norbert. I understand.
So it is Norbert after all. And he's making his accomplice impersonate a Silvermane guard. The audacity.
Então deixar a porrada em todo mundo aí, foda-se.
Now we just have to catch him red-handed.
Aí precisa só deixar a porrada. Deixar a porrada, não precisa nem pegar ele no ato, não. Opa.
What a headache. It's time.
Time for a buzz. Nap time.
Don't mess with me. Who's next? I'll end your misery.
Can I have fun? Time for a buzz.
What a headache. Who's next?
Tá. Yo!
Hey, you two! Don't move!
Must be the accomplice. Let's think fast.
É pão na salsicha e não rosteio.
This isn't any old shopping street, you know.
A gente é pra... Tá, isso.
Yes, that's correct.
So, you're gonna let us in now? We need to talk to Mr. Norbert about some important business-related matters.
Wait, did you just say Mr. Norbert? Who are you guys? This whole operation, the boss hasn't shown his face once. How could a couple of outsiders just walk in knowing his name?
Looks like our cover's blown. Guess we'll have to do this.
Pela, você é uma anta.
Don't mess with me. Disappear in the sea of butterflies.
Illusion to the past.
It's time.
Time for a buzz.
Oh, I know.
Now.
Lance forward.
So you are afraid of me. I'll end your misery. Lance at the ready.
Problema resolvido. Galera, só descer a porrada de todo mundo e azar. Enfim, bom. Só descer a porrada de todo mundo, a gente resolve isso aqui sem se preocupar. A gente também tinha que abrir essa porta aqui. Só pela graça. Yo, continua deitado aí. Oi.
You are afraid of me.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusion to the past.
Time for a buzz.
Oh, I...
Who's next?
Nice. Let's do it again when you're leveled up.
Oink.
So you are afraid of me.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies.
Illusion to the past.
This combat needs optimizing. This is double speed.
I'll end your misery. I'll end your misery.